And then, but I was so uneasy with my handbag, with my stuff. So what I did was, and this is something that's very rare. So next to my bed was a bedstand, and a nightstand, and then it had a little cupboard. So I took my handbag and I put it in there, almost wanting to hide it. And I was very uneasy, but I was short on time. I had to meet downstairs because, you don't want to miss the taxis, and it's all your colleagues are waiting for you. So I run downstairs and I was very uneasy. I tried to hide my handbag, which made no sense because I've been to this city at that time probably 25 times. Like, it's a city I love, Barcelona, great city, visit it, it's amazing. And so it didn't reach until like 9:30 or 10 p.m. We were at some networking event, and we get a call from Victoria, who had headed back to the apartment, and she calls us we were robbed. And so we go back, literally everything of mine was taken. Like, everything from shoes and suits and makeup and perfume, like everything. I was just left with the clothes I was wearing, my handbag that I hid. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is the feeling I had. I was so uneasy, asking her silly questions like, oh, so they're already clean. No one's gonna come in here, right? We're not expecting any, service. And then she was just like, yeah, everything's okay. So what happened to her is she came back to the room. She's like, I went straight to the bathroom, and she goes, when I was in the bathroom, I heard the front door close. She's like, I came out, and that's when I realized our whole place was robbed, and like literally everything was gone. And then that's when I realized, okay, that was your intuition. So next time, learn to follow your intuition. I mean, in that case, what would you do? Not go out? But there was no break-in from the window or the front door. There was no break-in. The how you get into that building was like through a code, and then you had cards, like the pass cards for your room. So it was very interesting. But after that, I always followed my intuition, even if it didn't make sense.
Wow, that's a very interesting story. But maybe someone from within did that.
Perhaps.
Because you're saying there wasn't any break-in. Someone who already knew the code or something like that. But as you were mentioning, yes, your gut feeling came true, and most of the time it does. Scientifically also, our gut has a brain of its own. It does have a brain of its own. Why? Because when a child is in its mother's womb, what happened is, even before the brain is fully developed, so for feeding purposes, for other purposes, there's a small tiny brain in the gut itself. That's what keeps things going. So our gut does have a brain, does have some sort of logic. That's what we can call intuition. But of course, our brain has developed a lot more. And then we start using our brain, and that's how we start leaning towards our feminine energy or masculine energy. That's the discussion that we're having today. So anything you want to add to our viewers, how they could identify, how they could benefit, and you've benefited a lot. It's been a game changer for you. How they can really benefit from